Hello friends, welcome back. This is Angular Developer Series. We're building e-commerce web application and this is episode 7. In this video we will be checking how we can find out users idle state and then warn them and do some appropriate action, and eventually we will be using this into our ADB2C login authentication to warn them and do a auto session timeout after a certain time, so though that user is protected and everything looks good. So without delay, come, let's get started. Before we put our hands on the tech, let's take a look at the demo. You see this, there is something running on the top, and then you can also see to the top right, you can see some session warning came, session timed out came, right? Just to show us the demo, I have put the session idle state as 5 seconds because I don't want you to wait for a long time to just see this message, right? So let's get into the code now. It'll be nice. So first we will install a package called ng-idle. Okay, there are two packages that you need to install: ng-idle/core and then keepalive. Don't worry, this code is completely available, so you can just watch and what I'm doing, and it'll be a very short and crispy video. So I'm installing two packages: ng-idle/core, ng-idle/keepalive. So these two comes from the same package owner, right? So we have installed these two packages, and to just show a nice toaster message, we will also install ngx toaster package. After you install the toaster package, we will add this node, its respective nice CSS onto the angular.json, and then whenever you add anything on angular.json, if the project is already running, stop and rebuild and run it. Like basically stop and start, because that's when the build will recognize these CSS and then the UI will start showing up the updated CSS. Okay, so we're done with that. All what you're going to do is we're going to go to this app module and then import the ng-idle keepalive module. So anything that is installed as package, it's nothing but an ng module. So we will use this module, we will import this. Okay, so after we import, we will also import a toaster module for root. Both are for root. Basically we are saying at the main root itself this has been implemented. And toaster module is basically some configuration says only for 5 seconds it should show on the top right, so like a default configuration. Okay, now I copy pasted a piece of code, right? Don't worry about this code, I didn't write anything on my own. This is all there in the package documentation itself. So basically I'll go through slowly of what it is doing. Basically they have a couple of variables like not started, started, and all of those things. The line number 22, 23, 24, this is when you need to understand, right? So we're setting an idle time of 5 seconds. Timeout is 5 seconds. And see, you can subscribe to a couple of events. Let's see, idle start dot subscribe. We are subscribing here. Whenever there is a idle status detected, okay, this function gets notified. Similarly, you can see when at this point of time I'm just changing a toaster message that idle state detected. Like basically we are telling user, this is only for understanding, right? So behind the scene, when we implement after the ADB2C, we will not show all of those things, but only when important places. So this is for the demo purpose. We are saying, okay, whenever idle start is happening, this method gets fired, so we notify this. Similarly, when the idle is ended, whatever you wanted to do, you can do in the function which is after 32 line. So here I'm saying basically this is idle end, right? So you can say so idle ended means basically the user is active. So we are saying, hey, whenever the user is active, we're saying the user is active. And then timeout means like timeout warning. Basically timeout warning means like after when idle state is detected, right, we are saying, hey, there's something that's going to happen, and that's when we put some alert message over there as well. Now we will copy paste this piece of code. Basically this is variables which we saw in the component. It will just show you what the states are. Now what I'm going to do is, under the header component, I'm going to pass some data. So let me add an input decorator. We saw this input and output in the last video. So here we are saying timeout seconds, right? I'm just passing. See, I want to show some message in the header. That's why as per our component, I need to pass some information to the header component. So here, if you come, like I'm going to paste some code. Basically it says, okay, whenever I'm passing this timeout seconds count, right, it will show this appropriate message. Nothing else, no fancy thing, right? The main stuff is all there in the app component.ts. Okay, there are a couple of methods that you need to subscribe to it so that you can do some actions. Now, because we modified our header, here what we will do in the header, we will just pass some value. What value we will pass? The value that is detected in the app component. So in this case, the timeout seconds is the countdown. Whenever the countdown is happening, like the idle state is detected and something is happening, that's when the countdown will come, right? So this is the place. Let me refresh the page and see how it starts. See, I'm not doing anything, nothing happens. I keep it for 5 seconds. You see the message started coming, and you can see in the top session started rolling out. Whenever the timeout is done, the message also popped up in the right. I will do it one more time. You can see wherever I'm hovering, basically the countdown starts getting value when the idle state is detected. In our case, it's just 5 seconds, and you move the mouse, the idle state is no more idle, it's active. That's why you see this user active message. Okay, so now why am I doing all of these things, right? This is something that you can integrate in any of your existing logout feature. It need not to be ADB2C. Basically, we detect certain idle time, and then we will auto log off the user. So appropriate method, right, wherever this the subscription is happening, right, idle timeout, idle warning, those are the places where you need to put your piece of code to auto log off the user. So when I go into this ADB2C shortly in couple of videos, we will be integrating this as well, so that user is auto logged off in 20 minutes or whatsoever the time that we set. I hope you enjoy this video. This is also a useful video. We will eventually have this in our main application, right? We will integrate this, so that's why we are going through all of these code. If you like this video, subscribe to my channel, share this with your friends, like it, and comment your questions in the video, and I'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more tech tutorials. And don't forget to hit the bell icon to get notified when we post new videos. If you have any questions or suggestions, leave them in the comments below. Happy coding!